it's Eric Silvermoon. As you notice, my intro has changed a little bit because I want to share with you kind of my journey in the next 31 days. Um, it's not going to be the permanent intro. I'm still using the other one, but it's to kind of help differentiate the two different ones. So I'm still posting my normal Wednesday stuff and Saturday stuff, but what I'll be doing is that intro is just going to be specifically for the journeying with the Morrigan. And so I'm really excited about that. I did want to just make this video as kind of like an introduction on the reasons behind this, the reason why I wanted to do it. And so I have been working with the goddess Morrigan for almost 2 years now. And I haven't had the pull to work with her as I've had recently. And I have a feeling that it has to do because of all the changes that I've been going through, all the physical deaths, all the transformations, evolutions in my spirituality and everything. I think her calling has been pretty intense recently. The first time I worked with her was through meditation. Very shortly after I got my tattoo, which I don't know if you can see it, this one here. As soon as I got this tattoo, I've always resonated with the black winged kind of ant creatures, crows, stuff like that, ravens. And I got this to symbolize my spiritual takeoff of feather being very structured and all of a sudden breaking away into different things and finally freeing yourself in that aspect. And so very shortly after I started hearing of her name come up, the goddess Morrigan, and every time I would hear something, every time I hear a story, a folklore, or someone's experience, I would just be in just awe of her. And every time I would see her depicted, I would be like, oh, that's cool, but I don't feel like that's really her. And in another meditation that I did, I sat with her, and that's where I got my black smoke as clearing the space. And so I usually envision this black smoke coming off from my palms and kind of engulfing me, engulfing the room, and kind of cleansing and taking away all this negativity, staggered energy. And that practice, that technique was given to me by the goddess Morrigan, and she had me visit her in this broken down church in the middle of this New Zealand landscape. But it was very thunderstorm, very post-apocalyptic, which I resonate with. And between the ruins of that Gothic-y church, she was there, and her dress was just made of birds, like black birds. I could see them flying around and moving everywhere. And she had this like red hood, this red kind of hood that was very smoke-like too. So it was material, and then it just faded into smoke. And I didn't get a chance to see her face, but I just thought that was just amazing. And all of a sudden there was this black pentagram that was glowing. If you could picture the black pentagram underneath my feet, but then there was this glow of dark purple. And that's when I felt, visualized like the smoke coming off my hands. And I knew that that was for me to kind of disperse negativity and to use that as a tool and a connection to connect with her. And then shortly after that, I kind of decorated this goddess statue in honor of her and in that vision. And so I just used the materials that I had with me. So I had these little black feathers. You put a tea light candle here. I painted her black. It was all kind of like a clay pewter kind of look. And so I was really happy with it. You could see there's the God version of it, which I haven't resonated with. I mean, I love that statue. It's very like kind of like rock. But I like it. I just haven't been resonating with any God, masculine, divine energy yet. And I think when I do, I'll probably decorate them towards that God. So the only male figure that I resonate a lot with and I work a lot with is Ganesha, and he's there. So it's Kuan Yin, Ganesha, Aphrodite, and then here I have Mother Mary, and then the goddess Morrigan. So I just, like I said, I just wanted something to, I wanted some way to connect with her deeper. And so that's kind of how I kind of came up with, okay, well, you know, with Mabon, it was all about changes and looking back and moving forward and getting prepared on what I want to release in the new year, which for me is on Halloween, it's on Samhain night. I wanted to do something in the next 31 days that I could really tap into that energy and then celebrate it as my declaration for the upcoming year 2016. So I decided to connect one-on-one deeper with the goddess Morrigan, and I felt guided to say farewell to one of the other goddesses I work with, which was goddess Ani. I felt after a while, I think she taught me a little bit about abundance and about deserving and worth. And it was interesting that the moment I started feeling not connected to the goddess Ani, the statue that I have was on the floor, and it's gonna sound bad, but the head popped off and it broke. And so I kind of looked at it and be like, okay, this is a message that the relationship was done. And so I thanked her for her time and her lessons learned and everything, and I cleared the energy off that statue, and it was, you know, beyond repair. So I just went ahead and I threw it away, because I don't believe that there's a sacredness to the object anymore once I disperse that energy. And I asked my spiritual team to release it, and after that it just becomes an object again. But with the goddess Morrigan, I kind of just said, okay, I think I need to connect one-on-one with one goddess for a little bit. And so it's going to skyrocket that 31 days of me really delving deep with one goddess and learning about her and her culture and her stories, and it'll be my personal experiences. And so what I'm going to be doing for the next 31 days is, starting October 1st, I'll be doing daily vlogs. They're going to be very short. There's a possibility that they could be a little bit lengthy depending on how big the aha moment was. But I'll be doing different, like, spell work, crafts, poetry, art, working on my book of shadows in her page, because I have a section for the goddess Morrigan, but I want to sit with it. Like, I almost want to marinate in her awesomeness before I actually depict her in my book of shadows. And so this 31 days is not going to be a educational thing. Like, I'm not going to teach you about the goddess Morrigan. I'm just going to share with you my experiences and the different things that I'm doing that I felt guided to honor her and talk about what that is, and those moments and aha moments. So it's just having you guys it's almost gonna be like a Morrigan Diaries. That's what it's gonna be. And so I invite you guys to do it too. I mean, if you feel called to work with her, I'm just going to be posting these things that I felt guided to do and talk about, and my experiences, and share works of art, poetry, music that has really touched me when it came to meditation and how she's presenting herself. And it's going to be really cool. And then on the 31st, I think I'm going to go ahead and celebrate that, and either decide if I feel like she is going to be my main matron, or, you know, I'm still resonating with working with different goddesses at the moment. I mean, I'm always going to be dedicated and loving with Aphrodite, Kuan Yin, and Mother Mary, but right now the goddess Morrigan is in my face. And so I want to delve into her darkness, and I want to delve into that energy. And when I say darkness, I don't see that as like a horror movie, kind of scary, hellish kind of thing. It's all about delving in the deeper parts of her, and it's the same going in within myself, if that makes sense. It's about journeying in the different parts of myself, my soul. And so one of the things that's been resonating with me a lot is like the whole Dante's Inferno, of going down these different well, descending in these different realms. And I feel like I personally have my own realms, and I feel people have their own inner realms, and they go deeper, deeper, deeper to the base. And so I think that journey within those 31 days is going to allow me to travel within my own realms and understand them and learn from them, and kind of witness what those look like and what those feel like, and kind of get that inspiration, having her guide me. And it's going to be, I just feel it, like my skin tingles. I feel like it's going to be really profound. So yeah, so it's going to start October 31st, and it's going to end on October 1st, and it's going to end on the 31st. And I'm going to do my first, well, it's not my first, my second giveaway for the month, and it's going to be an inspired pendulum. Let me go ahead and get it real quick. So I made this Goddess Morrigan pendulum in Tiger's Eye and hematite with, I think I showed it before, it's this one here, so it has a key. It's going to unlock my journey. It has this crow head here. It's really cool, and I love it. This is what I've been using to help me announce my winners. So I use my my spirit board, and I kind of ask for the first letter of the person's name, and then I select it and I write that down, and then I ask for the first letter of the person's last name, or their last name, or their spiritual name. And so whatever comes up, then I have 2 initials, and then on that, then I kind of go with all the people that have entered into the drawing, and I separate them based on those. And sometimes I get about like 4 or 3 people, and then I ask for specific things about them, and that's how I select the winners. And so someone's going to win this one. The difference is the ones that I'm going to sell on my shop, they have a smaller key, and so it's almost like, it's like a prison, like an old-time prison key, and it's symbolic for what I am currently going through about breaking out of your own prisons. And so I thought it was really cool. So it has, everything's the same except for the keys different, but the winner's going to win almost like the master key, if that makes sense. And so I'm really excited for someone to win this one. They're the same length, like I said, the difference is the actual keys, and so they're pretty cool. And so these are going to go in my shop after I select the winner. So the winner, the drawing's going to start October 1st, and then it's going to end October 15th, and that's when I'm going to do select the winner for the pendulum. And then on that day, they're also going to be on my shop, and they're going to be like $15, and they're going to come with a special little art that I'm going to find out about the Morrigan, and it's going to have a little spell or some kind of working that's going to come with it. And so I'm really excited, and my hands are tingling. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I also have a lot of stuff. I have some interviews and some groups that want to join me during this. And so one of my friends is Laura Daligan. She is all about the Dark Mother, and I am so excited. She's been contacting me because she wants to do like this wine chat. And I was like, well, let's take advantage of that wine chat, and let's actually talk about the Goddess Morrigan. And so we've set the date for October 17th to do a live Google Hangout and talk about the Goddess Morrigan. But since it's so far away, I'm not going to kind of post things right now and schedule that, because it's still a good amount of time away. And so I'll normally do that on, I want to say, that following week of that, so that I can double check the times and everything like that. And that's gonna be fun. And then I'm gonna hopefully get some more interviews. I know I reached out to Ember, but I reached out to her and we agreed to have a meeting about authenticity, but I'm gonna ask her probably to change that, and let's talk about the Goddess Morrigan. So that's gonna be really fun. And so feel free to join me. I think it's gonna be really cool, even if you never heard of her, if you never really felt called to work with her, or maybe you do feel called to work with her but you haven't decided how. We'll kind of journey together. So I'm going to post them on YouTube on October 1st. So it's going to be just a daily thing. I'm going to talk about what I decided to do, and then I might show, depending on what it is, I could show you the process of me doing it. Either if it's a meditation, we'll do like a guided meditation together. I mean, I won't be talking, but I'll find one that I like and then post that there, and then we'll talk about the experiences afterwards. So I think that's gonna be really cool. And then for my newsletter, I'm going to be sending in, I'm going to start doing them every Sunday for the 30 days. But I'm thinking I'm going to do one on Wednesday and on Sunday. And those are going to have private, unlisted videos that talk a little bit more on, it could be a little bit more intimate, it could be a little bit more on the behind the scenes of what's going on. And so it's going to be kind of interesting. And so they're going to be private. So I'm going to link my website to this video so you can kind of join the and subscribe to that, and stay tuned for that. So thank you guys. I'm really excited about this journey, and it's going to be really cool. So I hope you guys enjoy and follow along, and come with me as we journey down the darkest parts of our soul with the goddess Morrigan. Blessed be.